You just click that beautiful play button on 10-Minute Tech Talks, business insights and growth hacks for the time-crunched entrepreneur. I'm Jonathan Kirsting with the Pittsburgh Technology Council. I have nearly 3 decades telling the stories of Pittsburgh's most successful tech companies and the women and men behind them. So how much is a bad hire really costing your business? And how do you know when to call in the experts instead of doing it yourself? For entrepreneurs trying to grow, hiring is both the biggest opportunity and the biggest risk. Sorting resumes, screening candidates, and hoping for a good fit can drain your time and budget, while the wrong hire can set back an entire team. In this episode, Anthony Bucci and Blake Babcock from BV Staffing share their hard-won tips on when founders should handle recruiting themselves and when it pays to partner with a staffing firm. Keep on listening to learn simple, no-cost ways to tighten your hiring process before you post a single job. Understand the hidden costs of mishiring and how to avoid them. Discover what to look for in a staffing partner and how to hold them accountable with clear metrics. So listen now to get practical money-saving insights on building your team from the pros who help high-growth companies hire right the first time. If you want the full Tech Vibe Radio interview, be sure to click the link in the description. Let's jump into the conversation right now. Sometimes you're just starting out, meet a few people, okay, what can you do that can be helpful? But I always say there's a point where you need staffing in order to be successful at this, and when to bring them in and why you can't be afraid of the quote, I'm putting giant quotation marks as I say this, cost, because everyone gets freaked out. Oh, that's money. But you're not looking at the whole picture, Mr. Smart Man, who does all the algorithms. This is an algorithm of what it means if you hire the wrong person and how much money that will cost you, as opposed to paying money up front. That gives you a better bet of having a really good, that's going to help boost your business and scale it and grow it. So maybe start with some tips if you're going to start by yourself. And then let's talk about why at some point it becomes critical.
I'm going to start by myself. Sure, I'm going to probably put some postings out there a little bit just to see what comes of it. If I'm running a company, what else can I do? I'm going to put a couple ads in the paper and different things, and maybe try some social media. The problem you get is you get a lot of unmatches, a lot of garbage comes in.
But you initially might be excited. You're like, oh, look at all this that I got. And it's just,
but it's time consuming. Now I got to spend time going through all these candidates.
Well, this is that too.
Screen these people. And my job is probably better suited doing the things that I'm good at.
Yeah.
So that's why I think to myself, why am I spending all this time?
Totally.
I'm better at these. Let me pay someone who's really good at this. And yes, you pay a little money, but in the grand scheme of things, you're hiring someone that's really good at what they're doing. It's saving you time. It's saving you money.
Yeah. No, I mean, I almost look at it like you've got a pipe that's leaking like crazy and you think you can fix it, and most likely could, but if you want to make sure it's fixed right. It's worth the money.
Well, and even taking a step back, defining what it is that makes a good fit for that role. What are you looking for? Because one situation that we run into, and I'm sure a lot of companies do, is you start interviewing candidates, and then we come to find out 2 internal people at the company have a different idea of what the ideal candidate looks like.
Interesting.
So you have one person in the company that wants candidate A and another person that really wants candidate B.
Mm-hmm.
That should have been determined prior to going to market with this job opportunity.
Nice.
And then I always tell clients, we're comparing these candidates against what you told us was the ideal profile, not against someone else. Because we'll run into that where they'll interview, we'll send a candidate, this person looks perfect. They interview them, they're amazing. We want to compare them to someone else. Why are we comparing them to someone else? We're comparing them to what you outlined as the ideal fit for this role, and you said it was them. And that's a tricky situation because you can then start to waste some time looking for someone else to compare them to.
It's so tough. I don't know. Hiring is just so scary because, we don't hire tons of people at Tech Council, but when we do, we really want to make sure that we're talking to folks that like, man, you're going to get into this place because that cultural fit is just so important for success and everything like that. So you can get people with different opinions, and so you need to kind of know what the actual measure that we're going to be looking for on this. Which, wow, that makes just so much sense.
And it is. You're right. It's scary, and I think we've all made mistakes in hiring. We've all hired that person we thought was perfect, and be it a week, a month, 90 days down the road, you're like, shoot.
Well,
here's what we missed.
Yeah, I'm thinking to myself, you might have some data on this, or just even anecdotally, because this is your bread and butter, so this is what you do. But I'm curious, what is the typical cost of not making the right hire for, say, like a mid-level IT position? Say you're paying someone $150 a year for a certain level of programming, and they're going to be like one of 3 people on a team. So they're without that person being there, you're going to be down a serious resource. If it takes a couple months to hire them, by the time they're up and running, blah, blah, but if it doesn't work out, like that's real cash
Oh, yeah.
to a business.
Here are just some simple things to look at, because this can be different based on the size of the company, what have you. So a role is vacant, that job's not getting done. So there's a cost to that job not getting done. Well, you might have, 1 or 2 other people on the team covering that work.
What does that mean to them?
What does that mean to them?
Yeah.
Then you have, your job postings, whether you're boosting things on LinkedIn, Indeed, what have you. You have your internal recruiter's time or the hiring manager's time being spent identifying a new candidate, the onboarding, the training. They don't work out and everything starts all over.
So tell me more about what it means if you are actually going to engage with a third party like BV Staffing or anyone out there. I just feel like there's got to be some good things to know before kind of going out there and what to expect, I guess, for lack of a better term.
100%. The first is it's a commoditized industry. And so there are a lot of us out there.
I was going to say, I mean, that's a thing.
No shortage of us. So I think, having a good understanding of what you're going to value in a partner. And, first and foremost for us is communication and transparency. So are you getting communication and transparency from those firms that you're working with? And then data. Are you holding them to any sort of metrics? Are they holding themselves to any sort of metrics?
Interesting. What would be some metrics, like number of days before, number of resumes? Like
time to fill is one of the first ones. People ask that a lot. If we give you this role, when is someone going to start? That's the first question they want to know.
They want someone now. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it makes sense.
So metrics like that, and just being a partner with them.
Totally.
We don't want to work in a situation where we're a quote unquote vendor, where it's here's this job opening, start sending us resumes. We want to understand your company. We want to understand the culture.
I want to see an exchange of Christmas cards. And I hope they often refer to you as the 6th stone of their organization, something like that.
Exactly. And, Anthony spoke to it. He's sat on site at a lot of the clients that we worked with here.
You were headed to Duolingo for a year and a half because you were that crucial to them getting the talent that they needed. Like, that's pretty cool. I am so stoked that you made 10-Minute Tech Talks part of your day. I hope you learned something new and valuable. And if you want to keep getting more business building, technology, and entrepreneurial insights, just subscribe. We're pushing out new interviews at least once per week. I hope to see you on the next one.